I just love the new Under the Sea stamp set by Teresa Momber. These beautiful hand-drawn images make perfect cards, scrapbook pages, and home decor items. And I love how this stamp set works well for either masculine or feminine cards. Today I'm going to show you how to create an underwater scene and an easy way to color it with Copic markers. Let me show you the tools and products you're going to need to do this technique. First, you're going to need some stamps, and I'm using the Under the Sea stamp set in clear. I've chosen the seagrass image and the one that's open so you can color it in, and I'm using two of the clownfish, and this is the large clownfish and the smaller clownfish. Then I'm going to use some Memento ink since I'm coloring with Copic markers. I like using the Memento ink with Copics because you don't need to heat set it or you don't need to wait for it to dry. It's just ready to go right away. And then I have an assortment of Copic markers, and I'm going to tell you the Copic colors, the color numbers, and the names. The first one is YR04, and that's chrome orange. Then I have YR09, and that's Chinese orange. Then I have G99, that's olive. I have YG91, which is putty. I have BG10, which is cool shadow. And then I have BG000, that's one of the newer Copic markers, and this one is called Pale Aqua. And then I have the Copic Colorless Blender. And although I may not need to use that much, if I get a little ink outside of the lines, I can use my Copic Colorless Blender to remove the ink so I stay in the lines. Then I have a piece of the Gina K Designs 120-pound base weight white cardstock. I really like our white cardstock for coloring with Copic markers. It doesn't use as much ink, and the ink doesn't get absorbed as quickly into the cardstock, which allows the ink to sit on the top a little longer and allows for easier blending. Also, if you're making a single layer card, it won't bleed through to the other side. So this way you can do Copic creations on single layer white cards with no mess on the inside. I'm going to start by stamping the large clownfish with some Memento black ink. And I'm going to stamp that one just off to the side here because the scene that I want to create is one where the fish are swimming back and forth. So I'm going to put one here. And then I'm going to use this littler clownfish, and I'm going to stamp one right up here, and one just down here a little bit. There we go. Now, my next image I'm going to stamp is the seagrass. And I'm going to ink that up also using the tuxedo black. And this one I'm going to stagger a little bit. I'm going to start with my tallest piece of seagrass right here. And then I'm going to ink it up again, and I'm just going to work my way down a little bit. This one's going to go right about here, like that. And then one here, and one more right there. So there you have it, my little scene of fish swimming along. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to color the clownfish. I'm going to start with the darker orange, and this is the YR09, the Chinese orange. And I did a little bit of research on the internet and saw that these fish are a very, very bright orange, but also kind of fade into yellow a bit. So I'm going to start by coloring just half of the areas that will be orange with the dark orange, like this. I'm going to color that little fin there, though, solid. And you're going to love how easy this is. I know that there are a lot of great Copic artists out there who really teach you all kinds of blending techniques, but I would not group myself into that group of artists. I kind of do it my own way, but it's an easy way, and it's a way that anybody can do, so give it a try and see how you like it. Okay, so That's about how much I'm going to color with the dark orange. Now I'm going to move on to the lighter orange, which is the YR04. And I'm going to color that, which looks a lot more yellow, as you can see, like that. But then I'm going to start working in a circular motion, and I'm going to color over that darker orange with that lighter orange and work my way into the lighter orange. Just keep working up like that. Now you can see how that color is blending. You don't see that line anymore, but it is fading from that darker orange into the lighter. So let me color a little bit of that lighter orange again here. It's almost a yellow. And then again in a circular motion, just right on the line pretty much. Just kind of blending those two oranges together. See how easy that is to color? Same thing up here. Now this may not be the correct Copic technique, but I kind of think that if it looks good, it's the right way to do it. So it doesn't really matter. Just have fun. That's what this is all about. There really is no right and wrong when it comes to art. And there we go. A bit more coloring on the line to blend that together. And now for the last little area here on the face, I'm going to just do the same thing, coloring right over the line, but I have a lot more yellow in the face. See how nicely that blends? Now let me show you the way I did the seagrass. I'm starting with the dark green here. This is the G99, which is olive. And I'm just going to color a small little bit right around the edge there like that. And I'm going to continue to go down. And then I'm going to work my shading with the putty, which is the YG91. Color that area first, like that, and then using a circular motion right along the line between them, I'm just going to go back and forth until that color is blended together. Same thing here. Just going back and forth. It's pretty easy to do. And I'm just using a real tiny little circular motion. And it just blends that dark color right over into the lighter, but it gives you that look of being shaded. Finish these little sprigs up here. Then I'm going to show you another little thing that I want to do with the fish. I want to highlight around them, and that's where some of my turquoise colors are going to come in. Now let me show you that. I'm going to use the BG10, which is the cool shadow. And I'm going to color and highlight right around the outside of this fish. Now, if you're worried about pulling color off the fish, you can start by highlighting around the outside. I do that a lot. But I'm not getting really too close to the fish. I'm actually leaving just a little bit of space there so I don't pull any of that orange off. And you also can do that around all the seagrass. And that just kind of makes the whole thing appear to be glowing. See that going around the outside? You can also highlight a little bit along the tail and these little white rings. Kind of gives it a neat look to highlight a little bit in there. And then with that lightest aqua, which is the BG000, you can add a little bit of ocean background just by running the marker back and forth around the different images that you colored. Just like that. It's very soft. But what's nice about it is because it's so soft, you don't have to worry about making a mistake or adding too much. It just kind of blends so nicely. And you can see that gives it just a little bit of a water feel in there. Now let me show you my finished card project that I made coloring in this technique. Here is my Just Keep Swimming card. What I did here is I used the Tiny Bubbles Cuttlebug background folder, the Cuttlebug folder, to create that bubbly background, which is perfect for a sea life card. And then I stamped the Just Keep Swimming greeting. And I want to show you something fun here that I did with the greeting. You can take your greeting, let me find that one here, put that on my block, and here I have a little piece of cardstock. I'm going to stamp that on using the Memento Black, and I'm going to show you how I got those holes so nicely spaced. All right, I'm going to stamp that right there. Okay. And then what I did was I took a little piece of mouse pad and one of our paper piercing templates, and I laid that right up against the edge there, and I made sure that these boxes lined up with the bottom of my white piece of cardstock. You see that? And then using my craft pick, I just chose 3 holes. I picked one to start, so I'll just pick this one for now. And you want to make sure that you're all lined up straight. And then I just poked in to the little corner there of that hole, skipped a hole, did the next one, skipped a hole, and did the next one. And there I have 3 perfectly spaced holes. And instead of using brads or eyelets, just those holes all by themselves make a nice embellishment, and it doesn't add any bulk to your card. So I kind of like that. And then I just pop that little piece right on top of my card. So there's my finished card, and you can take a look at the artwork there, the Copic coloring, and I used some of the brand new Calypso collection of cardstock and used the Calypso teal to highlight the background of my white card, and that gives it a very, very tropical feel. Copic markers make it easy to look like a professional artist. You can create these little underwater scenes to make more than just cards. Create a set of 3 framed underwater scenes and hang them in a powder room, kids' room, or an entryway. Or make a set of cards and envelopes as a gift for any sea-loving friend. With the Under the Sea stamp set and a few Copic markers, you can create little works of art in a snap.